Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today it's a 1988 Lincoln penny from the United States of America. And I know in the United States we don't technically label it as a penny like they do in the United Kingdom. And here's the United Kingdom 1 penny coin with the crown portcullis on the back. This is actually a 1989 coin, and you can see that down here, the 89, Queen Elizabeth II. While she was still alive, and this coin's actually a little bit bigger than the United States penny. But in the United Kingdom, they still call it a penny. Here we call it a 1 cent coin, and you can tell just by flipping it over onto the back where it says 1 cent. You see it says United States of America across the top. And this is a really nice version of the Philadelphia coin, and you can just tell how shiny this is. It says E Pluribus Unum here, Lincoln down there in the center of the Lincoln Memorial, and then 1 cent at the bottom. Over here to the side it says FG for Frank Gasparo. It's a smooth edge coin. It's a copper plated zinc coin, so it's zinc on the inside, and the outside is just essentially dipped in copper. Top it says In God We Trust, says Liberty here, 1988 here, and if you're looking at the 1988s and you're looking at the Philadelphias or the Denvers, always magnify the ear, because in 1988 there's a doubled ear variety where right underneath the ear it looks like there's another kind of earlobe growing there, and those coins can be very, very valuable, up to $3,000+. So always magnify the ear on a 1988 penny. This one didn't do us much good, but let's look at the other stuff about this coin. They made 6 billion at Philadelphia. They weigh 2.5 grams. They're 19 millimeters in diameter. The auction record is $7,040 for a Mint State 69 red. PCGS currently has graded 3 Mint State 69 reds and says they're worth about $7,500 now. At a Mint State 65, though, you go all the way down to $14. So the difference between Mint State 69 and a Mint State 65 is huge. They also made these at the Denver Mint, and here's a Denver Mint coin. We see it's a little bit of a burn down there on the coin. You see that sometimes. And it's funny how these two coins, both in very, very good shape, both probably Mint State 65 or so, have just different colors on the front. And this one looks like it actually might have got some of the packaging on it. Just really uneven production for the 1988 pennies. Sometimes you'll see these really messy ones like this one. There's another thing that happens on the 1988 coins, and that occurs in both the Philadelphia and the Denver, and that's that you sometimes get this G where it widens out or doubles up. And we'll show you one of those from online. So here's one of those flared Gs, and you can see that it's on the PCGS website. It's the 1988 1 cent flared G. That means if there's no letter in there, that means it's from the Philadelphia Mint, and of course there's no mint mark, that's why there's no letter there. And if we look at it really closely, you'll see that this G here has a little doubling in the G going up there, and it's really, really hard to see. You can see it a little bit better if you do the magnifying part on there, and see how that G has the little bit extra on there, and also look over there at that O with a little extra. So this is one of the more fun ones. And if you magnify it up a little bit more, you can see that even with the naked eye, you can see a little bit of it, but you really have to magnify it. Now let's go back down and see what the value on these is. As we go down through, we'll see that one of them sold for about $900 in 2023 on eBay. And then if we go down here, we'll see that they found 7 of them that they've graded, and it's worth about $1,500. If we look at one of these red-brown versions of it, we'll see that this looks exactly like the one that we just showed you. It has this line that kind of doubles up through there where it didn't melt quite right. And then way up in here, you can see right there, there is a doubling in that G. Now in this case, it's not exactly something that would strike you without magnifying it. So if you want to look for the doubling in the G or the flared G, see how it widens there? you really have to magnify it up, and that's why these aren't hugely valuable. So this is a Mint State 64, which is about the quality of ours, maybe somewhere around there. Let's see what a Mint State 64 goes for in a red brown that looks just like ours. Well, a Mint State 64 can go for up to $150. So we'd have to look at the back, and we'd have to have a Flare G. We don't have a Flare G. We have one that's about that quality, a Mint State 64 or 65. So if you get the Flare G, you can get up to $150, even in a Mint State 64 like this one here on the PCGS website. All right, let's get back to our coins. You also see how we got this doubled line here. So there's a line inside the coin. This isn't a die crack, but it's really something that occurred during when it hardened on top of the zinc. The 1988 Denver Mint, they made $5.2 billion. The auction record is $1,495 for Mint State 68, but they've found a Mint State 69 since then. PCGS has graded 2 of them. They're worth about $5,500. If you get this one in that Flare G, it's going to be worth $2,600. So on the Denver Mint coin and on the Philadelphia coin, always magnify both the ear and the G to see if you have any doubling in the G, and see if you have any extra material down there underneath the ear. The U.S. Error Coin Guide also recognizes a double die from the D Mint. Not huge values. At a Mint State 68, the Error Coin Guide says that a double die front on the D is worth $15 to $20. So it's not it's a double die that you'd have to have a very high magnification to even see it. And then finally we have this coin here, and that is the proof version, and you can tell this is a cameo proof. Let's move the light back and forth just a little bit, and you can see how sweet that is from the San Francisco Mint. The San Francisco Mint, they made $3.25 million. The auction record for a San Francisco Mint coin is $1,438 for a proof 70, but that was back in 2004. Now they've found almost 1,000 proof 70s between the different grading services, and a proof 70 now is worth $64. Proof 65 on one of these, only worth $4 because they're just not that special. They're all in really good shape, all in really good condition. But even so, let's take a look at this one because it's just a magnificent specimen, and as we go across you can just see how detailed everything is here. Little bit of a scratch there. Not really a die crack, more of a scratch, but you can see that it's probably in the, well, maybe it's a little tiny bit of a die crack, I guess. It's probably in the zinc below, not in the coating, not in the copper coating above. Well, all right, that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have about collecting coins in our comment section below this video. Have a great day from DC.